Hello, everyone. RBG Kingdom Kitty back with some more Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. In the previous video, we wrapped up the first night, and now we're into the daytime with we got a threatening phone call. We only have 12 hours left now before shit hits the fan. And I can't wait. This game, very interesting for sure. So we only have two things here. We have Hitomi's help and sorting things out. Let's do Hitomi's help first. Summary of previous events. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. Because we never saw Mio come out of the school, but as we see in the preview there, it looks like she's fine. Yako Sakusaki, 8 a.m. Hey, there she is. Yako's home. Yay. I like Mio. She's great. I actually like all the characters so far. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. You're up. Huh? It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? I'm... Let's have a little fun. Yes, I am the specter of the spirit board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. In that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh. That sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain. So let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a noble paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I've been sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You're so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never knew if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyway, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all of this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power's diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. Well, it's not like 3 people have already died, so... Oh well. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. Oh. Hey, look at my lip. Look what I can do with my lips. Meow. like I'm waiting for a kiss. Now I'm back to serious. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what. But maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. She's looking at the camera like, can you believe this bitch, guys? Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Okay, then let's go. I like her. I like him so much. Candy shop. Take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, now don't you stop. Keep going until you hit the spot. Ooh, I'll take you to the candy shop. Okay, we're done. I'll be honest, that's all the words I know to that song. 8 a.m. Kamagata High School. Front gate. Ah, what the fuck? Huh? I thought unusual noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. Whoosh. Whoosh. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. Oh! Well, that's identity of body number 2? Or body number 3 if they count the cop that was dead too. I don't know. What? They're closing the school for today. Well, that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? You don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jonichi's bio was in the middle of the grounds, but his bio was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh. So the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh. Keep your voice down, okay? What happened if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. Fucking dead. Seen along with Hitomi in the classroom late at night by Yako Mio. His deceased body was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. He was an honor student, top of the class. Okay. You know what? I feel like... Okay. I think when they update something, it's always going to be at the top here. And where the 3 asterisk stars, everything below here is kind of like the, here's the basic facts about them. Like, okay, like right here. If we ever learn anything more about Hitomi, it'll probably be everything above there. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jonichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mia, wait for me. Huh. So you're telling me the 2 of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh. So that's what it was. Let's learn about that first. Hey, tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. And they also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over and possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seance or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Well, there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense, or deep connection with that person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Now, the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? Must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Katomi. Whatever. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things end up like this. Yeah. It's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you can use them too with a little training. I think I may pass. That's interesting. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up, all of a sudden saying she was gonna exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform exorcism on her without telling her anything? Yeah, you see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, guess that makes sense. Ooh, this is some good music. I have no idea who like the composer or the music person is for this, but the music has been really good here too. Did you hear about Mr. Jonichi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you. It's almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran out of this ground like something was chasing him. Then screamed. Ah! Someone help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio. Was there anyone else on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped. Even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked, and that's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonichi and killed him. Hell, if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. There must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. Yeah, if I remember, it's the cop who's dead. And he died just the other day. Oh, he did. I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh. It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. No, I'm sure that was hard enough for you. It's like she's looking at the camera like, motherfucker. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jonichi died. Sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, the Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Okay, well, that's not completely checked marked, so we gotta wait. Hey, tell me, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonichi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh. Right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonichi, they'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, but I don't mind telling you about him. It's last night. That piece of shit Jonichi called me over. I think he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? It's hard to explain where to start. What did you mean by Mr. Jonichi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know, Michio Surasashi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. He was using it to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No. No way, that's... How? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yakko, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. Yakko's acting like you're a friend. Jonichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, and she had to suffer alone. No, How terrible. You tell me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? Couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. She never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? Hit the button, damn it! She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. Tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Oh, thank God. I was like, why don't I feel my wallet? I found it. Of course, Junichi didn't change. Kept on doing what he was doing. Don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Tell me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you? You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming Tomi. Michio, why? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? Dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved. There's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must be some reason. Don't know. Got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Alright. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned, who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshima was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Huh. So there was someone like that with the police. The guy ended up dying. Oh, another thing, one time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. He told me that she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him on the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshima always took me straight to the park. Then he listened to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual. Something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That's pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He had me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figure if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. That wasn't all. He hadn't told me he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shirasashi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshima had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman of something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, and he said, could that have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home are a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshima didn't just have his eyes on Michio, but her talisman too. And after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. We're lining more pieces together here, so here's the tie-in with the cops in a way. So, you know, like, here's with him and the suicide girl. Now, if I know, when I looked inside it there's a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it? But from the way it was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nagagoshi at the police department. Nagagoshi? Who is that? What I know now, probably felt that something was gonna happen to him. Nagagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nagagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. But you need to find the other talisman first before you do that, I suppose. Hey, tell me. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So, last night, you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock at the back entrance. Seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret means before. Yuck, I can only imagine. He climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, not in the classroom in the middle of the night. Nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. Grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Yeep! Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh. You got away? So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterwards, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. And I saw you and old man Ashiyama talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you're only here to look for Michio's talisman. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like for real? Those who die bearing strong resentments or regrets can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. You know something that I realized is we have never had any of the other all the other people we've been playing as, none of them have ever had the item thing to pick. It's only been with Shogo. Shogo's the only one that ever had us like look at the items. So we can't like look at a person's talisman or a curse stone to be like, oh yeah, there it is. They have stuff in it, so. So that's something that we haven't like been able to have before. That's only with Shogo. So now we could possess someone close to them. Huh. I don't know. We're talking a lot about possessions here. And who was close to someone? And someone that didn't even remember falling asleep? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Huh. If that's what happened. Alright. Then supposedly what the spirit board says is true and Michio's death was an accident. And she must have had some regrets. She really hadn't given up on the living, that is. On living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up on no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. Hmm? And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Tommy. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk to you with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Not bad. Alright then. Got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mrs. Onichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bear at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes. The curse cycle we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mrs. Onichi seem to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mrs. Onichi, Hitomi, an old man Ashiyama who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Jonichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Jonichi would have to be one, too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashiyama? Yeah. We should certainly be careful around them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Arasashi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the Rite of Resurrection. Oh, wait, was that? I think that was Mio that said that, wasn't it? Yeah. So we'll have to be careful of old man Ashiyama and Mr. Ashimaya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, what we should do... Next we should do... What exactly? We need to talk to Mr. Araishi He definitely knows something. And it should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Way to go, then. Okay, let's go to the line. I mean, I don't know why. I guess we go to the school to ask around. And so, Miyoko, Sosuke, and Yaka Sasaki decide on their next location to investigate. Oh, well, that... Okay. I guess that wasn't the right spot. Kind of wish they were like... At least the good news is we just have location selection. Here. Nope, the exact same thing. Guess to go to the candy shop. Let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, and don't just stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Woo! Yes, I know I say that alright. Nope. Still that. Okay. I love how there's like just a little bit of a crack in the thing. Okay, so the gardens. I guess if I can't go to any of these spots yet, then I'll just do the next, the detectives there. Which looks like to be the case. Okay. I should have looked to see if there was anything. I highly doubt there was anything on the other side, but... Alrighty. Let's talk to the detectives again. Sorting things out. Hajime Yoshima's death, Nejima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the cursed stones in jeopardy. Tetsu Tetsumi leaves Arrowhead to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. How many do I have? Swanope Swoots. Cute. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5, so we got 15 left. Cool. Forensics has finished their investigation and the body has been carried away. And I said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Can't look around too much. Oh, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place. That may or may not have something to do with the curses. I also need to keep looking out for Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, I better start following up on the few leads we've got. Guess I better see what Arrowhead's found out. It's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and to have that kind of energy. But I'm glad to have him on my side. I Give him a chance to rest up. Things at the station are pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor is yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Oki. Okay, 25 years old, regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? It's not possible. There's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? That's right, the Whispering Canal. And it does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Arroway. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? For that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamazaki, okay? So they did not count the police officer one. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. And so the cause of death, well, yes? The entire of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we were looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying... Oh, she was stepped on, oh, duh, that's right. I forgot there was the soul dregs that, what's his name had on it, so that's the foot washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place in the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd use it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim... School. He was identified as Koei Koinichi, 32, a teacher at Komagawa High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma and a fall or a heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher died at school. And not just any school. Kamagawa House is one of the 7 mysteries. Well, we know that's the Fool's Procession. Right. So where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. You've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. You don't know you're beautiful. That's right. And Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious cause in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but... if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. I kind of have a pouty lip now, too. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Well, looking at these deaths, seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. We can't rule out that there was more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes. I hadn't thought of that. But there's one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically, we're safe during the daytime?
Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk.
Ah, he must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day.
Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flush out the other curse bearers.
Aye, boss. Let's do this. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Arashi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided read.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
Ah, notes on known curse bearers. Nice, this is really good. So yeah, this is helpful. This will tell me all the ones that I do or do not know. Better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them?
There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. And you also want to look at a little more into Yoshimi. I got a feeling there's some connection there.
Aye, boss. Sounds like you gotta work it out for us. I asked around Sumeida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshima was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shirasashi.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide. Looking into the height of the building and the force of impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up.
Huh. What was the evidence?
Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building a ways away from the road. There's no evidence of a earlier collision, but it was ruled a suicide. But
he thought there was more to it.
Yes, a truck or another flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. Oh my god, I'm just, if that's her foot right there, oh my god, the way your body and your leg has to be twisted in order to look like that, like, oh my god, this poor woman, or girl, whatever, like, Jesus. Poor thing.
There's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go.
Yeah, no shit. Ugh. Oh, I'm just still thinking about it. It's, There are no brake... Oh, fuck. Just dropped my controller. There are no brake marks on the road. It would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all.
This has turned into quite a grisly case.
Fuck.
Well, the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed.
Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out on any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. Don't think they're looking very hard.
So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth.
That's true. You think the driver's the one who did him in?
Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up.
You're right on that. Even though suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. People have killed for less, Arroway. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shirsashi's address. Yoshima went there a bunch of times over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too.
Good thinking. Hopefully they'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic.
That's the wrong thing. Remember the girl Yoshima met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand.
Not even an address.
Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues, from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there.
Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. Machi could be the key witness. Can't we have community service tracker down for us?
Can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Kamigawa High School is closed today.
Because of the teacher that died.
That's right.
Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we might have to forget about it. Let's move on then.
Got some information about Yoshima's fiance from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Shozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Why are those words green? Well, not her name. Look, I have managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But...
oh boy, here it comes. But what?
Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshima died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence.
There it is. Can't things just be easy for once?
Okay. Mayu Chozawa, female, beautician. Mayu is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshima, a police officer with the Sumate Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown.
It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps?
It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshima was well liked, and they've been together for over 10 years.
You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors.
I guess so.
But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshima is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger.
You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. That's good. And Nejima. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima. But so far, we haven't received any word.
Guessing he wasn't at home or at work.
About that. Apparently, he vacated his last known address a week ago.
You're serious? So you have no idea where he lives?
Gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit.
Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that?
Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he's been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. What the fuck?
Incompetence.
He also said he lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place.
Jeez, that's just sloppy.
I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. But I feel like that should not... I mean, yes, I know this is a story. I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like that should be more so for, and I think that's actually what they've been doing for now is like, I don't know in Japan, but I think here in the U.S., I think that's what they do. But it's more so for like with non-serious crimes, like drug possession or drug distributions, like non-serious crimes. I feel like murder is the one that does not deserve parole, especially when their sentence is life, and especially when they chopped up their victims. Now again, this is the 70s or 80s. I don't know what time periods this is, but yeah. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked.
So Nejima got to fuck around unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole's annoyingly good at faking remorse. Or insanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth.
He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. I explained why he so brazenly made contact.
That asshole. He's mocking us.
Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed.
That's gonna take way too long. We don't have until dusk.
Speaking of Nejima,
Yeah?
did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible.
Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to her house either.
That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her?
Shut up! I don't have her contact info, alright?
Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh?
Either way, I told her mother that was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was really reluctant, but I got her to agree.
I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nijima do it?
Former, eh? That cuts deep.
Yikes. Sorry, it just kind of slipped out.
Anyway, I suspect that has something to do with this curse echo.
Back on topic already, huh?
He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. May even allow him to act from a distance.
I see.
Once I read. What was that story about again?
Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up.
Alright. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries.
Yep. I still believe so. Yeah. I lost my train of thought there for a second. That's where Nejiman's whereabouts. All we can do is throw some people out until we find something. I'll check in with HU frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? Yeah, this is one of the songs I really like. You go to Kamigaya High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Micho Surashashi's house to find out more about her.
There's a lot we need to do, not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. Gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving.
Gotta keep moving. Fancy sushi. Life can be tough. Okay, can I do anything here now? They said the school. So maybe let's check out the school. No. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find anything here. Okay, let's do... Shit. You know, let's do Life Can Be Tough. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the cursed stones, while Haraway lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospects of bringing her lost child back to life. Shigema Mansion. Life can be tough. Good evening, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well. Let's talk. The towns begin to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out of the industrial area. This is the old mansion where I was born and raised. No one's in the mansion at the moment. The door has been locked shut. The housekeeper's already left after cleaning and preparing food. Maybe surrounded by curses and death, but it matters little. My own concern is whether I can see my child again. He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation? Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigemas, would it? Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way I did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in the area. We've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's generated quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. But the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for those curse stones, and for what those curse stones are capable of, mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. And I will say, well, as far as we know, they were all just normal people. Who knows if Shoujo actually did have the curse stone or not, but if he died by the curse stone, I don't know. It's weird. Then he had, we know for sure 2 of them weren't, curse bearers, so. With this little activity all throughout the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal. Okay. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. One of the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the Rite of Resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer they themselves would become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right. But despite that, they've been inclined to inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observe from the sidelines is a safer course of action. Which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So, how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can't be sure there even is a Rite of Resurrection. Good question. Ooh, look at my lip. The Rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick? I suppose that'd be I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Amane Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midorochi Park. You even determine her address. You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with Ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. Doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the curse stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Next is the tall man who was dressed in black. I met him near Kenchichio. He stood out on the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? He works as the secretary of Hinaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hayaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with all their equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned about making a profit than protecting the environment. And they still are! I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the Rite would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Ha! Now that's an interesting thought. And one more. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seems to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Ah, nope. Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him, though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Oh, that's a shame. That's the teacher, though. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know the researcher who discovered the ancient text in the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Arishi. And the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my. Even he's involved. How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. Jesus! I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First I'll turn to Hideki's soaps to see the man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Waragasi Street. There we go. I got something in my eye. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komogata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Joey Konichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Sashi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. I'm looking around here just to make sure there's no, I'll make sure there's no, thing here. In addition to 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Sashi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. It's strange if strange deaths continue occurring like so, and are bound to inspire strange rumors. Those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before the accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awaken the 7 mystery curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to those curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curse on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use a curse stone, taking a walk should be fine. Place to start. Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Where should I go to begin my search? Which places have stood out to me most so far? Well, what places can we go to? Okay, we can only go to 3 places. We got Midoroki Park, the Wagasu Street, and High School. Alrighty, that's quite a bit of them. Let's check out the park. I mean, I'm sure at some point we'll probably be able to check all 3, but for now, this one. We're here. This is Midoroki Park. My Tono lives around here. She wasn't in an apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. Do Oh, hello.
Oh, good going, ma'am. You found haiku. That's a rare one.
Is it now? Haiku.
This place is connected with the story of the Taiga of Tetsugaru. Not only that, Katsushika Hokoshi's house was also in this area. That might be why Amane chose to live here.
Okay. Learn more about our surroundings. It seems picking up Amane's trail is out of the question for now. Why did we even come here? It's always heartwarming to see children playing in the park. Victor seems like kids. Perhaps because they're on the same wavelength. That's hilarious.
We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Amane's apartment?
You don't mean to speak with her, do you?
No, I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace of her movements.
Then, be my guest.
Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am.
So, nothing?
I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. Don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in.
Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert.
What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately.
You were planning to go that far?
Looking around here. So, the police are around there. Could that be tied to the police officer's daughter? Maybe. All right, we got a few more places. Let's go here. The Hinaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Wagashi Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but appears things are up and running now. I think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsune Yamamori is called the Queen. We got soaps. Ah, here we go. We finally got her. Natsume is the former president of Hayaku Soaps, a large chemicals company. Though she retired from her position 2 years ago, she still wields great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there have been rumors about her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities, earning her the nickname the Witch of Hayaku. Prior to the war, Natsume enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war, and she was ordered to rework the fabric she has been painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing and in post-war period, Natsume left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company's name, with Hayaku being another name for kasuri, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fibers. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsume saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory.
Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsume ran an advertising promotional campaign on TV featuring a popular Japanese singer, rapidly turning Hayaku soaps into a household name. Finally got that person. You mentioned that Takumi worked as her secretary. That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A cursed bear with both money and power could certainly look at the resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. Business is up and running. I can see people inside the reception area. Okay, I'm not getting a check mark from that. No, god damn it! So an influential person at Hayaku Soaps is potentially cursed bear. If they propose we use money to negotiate for the cursed stone, we could hardly outbid a large corporation if it came down to it. Tasumi barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at my age? Perhaps it's what sets apart a detective from the rest. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'd be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea perhaps. I'm gonna go in. Maybe a while, so feel to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I'm with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But it doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night, however. You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reasons you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I'm a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation's worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've attained the curse, you understand the power it invokes, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of those curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hayaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Shingu Gamiodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? There are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The Rite of Resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far?
If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Whoa. I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. Seems we're on the same page. He's full of shit. That is the cause. Case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering of its importance, I've been keeping it hidden. Really now. And I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to. But I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prude of you. I'll oblige. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having pursued 6 curse stones as well. Like really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company's plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Hayaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch. I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hayaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. We should avoid Hayaku for the time being. It'd be a pain if I had to deal with Takumi again. By the way, there's one thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. What's that? People discussing whether one of the bodies found in the morning was of a Hayaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe Hayaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. The more you know, the more you know. How interesting that the Queen of Hayaku, or the witch, whatever she is trying to get their hands on the Rite of Resurrection. It's like some kind of dark fairy tale. Regardless of what it is, or isn't true, we must stay one step ahead. Alright, we got one more place to check out. We'll check out this place and then we will probably call it a part here then. Here we are at Ground Zero, Amagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down, and the teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school is closed. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. 2 people have died. A teacher named Koei Kunichi and a student Michio Surasashi. Is there anything else to be gained here? Seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. He appears to be wary of those police officers. Many police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. The camera's going all over the place there. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled, since they don't know about the curses. I'll ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure.
Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So what'd you learn? That school kids are sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Junichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Junichi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard this mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that usually don't stay a secret for long. And for the other piece of evidence, a pig-tailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to attain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no. Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Sursashi's house. I can imagine students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies can use some rewriting, especially those handling students' personal information. That's right. I don't want a student being kidnapped on the way back from school home ever again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Actually, just forget I said anything. Michio's home. I expect her family might be able to tell us more, but it's a hard topic to bring up so soon after her suicide. However, it's normal for a high school girl to keep things hidden from her parents, especially if it involves criminal activity. Alrighty. I think, oh man, I'll be honest, as much as I kind of don't want to end the part here, I think I'm going to end the part off here because I'm looking over and it's been on a while. But anyway, guys, okay, before I go, let's see how much we've got here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, still 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 of those now. Last time we checked, we had 11. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Paranormasight. In the next part, guys, we're going to go investigate her house, and who knows? If I'll be honest, if it's a short thing like that, then maybe I'll continue onward with that, with checking out the house on the other, or doing the detectives again in the next part, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click, and comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what you think of all these, we're somewhat getting close to everyone kind of falling closer together. I feel like the pieces are falling down, so I feel like we're getting all these connecting threads for all these things. So it's very good, and I'm really liking how this is all building up so far. So, but yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to the main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RBG King Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I will see you all next time.